Bill Moseley,
Danielle Harris,
Dick Warlock,
George Romero,
Kane Hodder,
Robert Englund,
Ronnie Blakely,
CJ Graham.
and you're listening to
Deep in the Horror of Texas.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Oh, hey, you okay?
Damn enchilada.
You gonna be alright?
I feel a woozy air. Oh, what's in the box?
It's Blackest time.
What's in the fucking box?
Anything.
When the weather vane points too gloomy, it's gotta be sunny to me when your eyes look into mine. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those creepers? Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those eyes? Gosh, y'all get up, how'd they get so lit up? Gosh, y'all get up, how'd they get that size? Golly gee, when you turn those heaters on, woe is me. Got to put my cheaters on. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those creepers? Oh, those weepers, how they hypnotize. Yeah, where'd you get those eyes?
Sit back and relax. You're listening to another episode of Deep in the Heart of Texas. This is Jeff.
This is Nathan.
And this is Ralph.
We have gathered today to talk about a very interesting series that might be on everybody's, favorites. Maybe not so favorite. I don't know. But we're going to talk about the series Jeepers Creepers. Do y'all want to start off with addressing the elephant in the room with this series? I guess that's a big drawback for some people.
I think we might as well. I mean, it is foreshadowing and overcast of this entire series and anything the guy makes. Victor Salva being a convicted pedophile, kind of a weird topic. I don't really want to tackle too much. I just want to get it out of the fucking way.
Yeah.
Back in,
that way we can avoid the comment section.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the 86 or 87, he was filming a movie called Clown House and was sexually molesting one of the kids. I think his name was like Nathan Winters or something like that. But he was like a 12-year-old kid, and it's a weird topic. It's hard to address. And our job as podcasts, we have to review horror movies. This is a horror movie. So do we? Can we separate the man from his movies? Is that a little? And that's the thing. Shitty of us.
I know we were talking about maybe Child's Play, and we were talking about even Phantasm. We had loose talks about that, but Jeepers Creepers is neat because it was kind of like this slasher proto guy in a rubber suit kind of kind of series that existed, and it's like, I don't know, it's like the little engine that could, they got a part one, did successfully well, and then part two comes out, and then we had to wait almost 8 years or something like that to get a part three. So it was like, is there wealth in this series? And I guess that's what we're going to get into, movie per movie per movie.
Yeah, I mean, look at it this way. We don't support this type of shit, but on the same token, am I going to stop watching Weinstein Company movies because of Harvey Weinstein? No, I don't condone the man's actions, but there's a lot of good movies under that banner, and Polanski and Woody Allen. I mean, there's a lot of creepers in Hollywood. So
yeah, and totally understand you not listening to the episode because maybe you don't agree with the demographics or the situation of him being a convicted sex offender. But have you seen Clown House? It's a really good movie. I mean, Sam Rockwell. That's one of Sam Rockwell's first films, and I watched this on VHS, and it was just one of my go-to films. I still own it on VHS, and I was able to get the MGM DVD release when it came out, maybe like 10 years ago or whatever, before they pulled it out of print or whatever they did. But it's one of my favorite home invasion films.
I've never seen it.
It's three brothers in a house. They go to the circus. The youngest brother has a big, deep fear of clowns. And there's an escape in a sanitarium that's local, kind of localized. And they get to the circus and they kill the clowns at the circus and they take on their personas. And these kids live in this like little kind of off the, suburban path house. And they kind of track the three brothers back to their house. And they kind of play the whole home invasion thing. So you had three insane. It's very What's that movie with Donald Pleasance and
Oh, fucking Alone in the Dark.
it's very Alone in the Dark, but the sanitarium people are dressed as clowns, and the kids are just three young brothers in like their early teens.
There's no returning to sanity in that.
It was, I mean, yeah, no shit. But Clown House, yeah, I mean, oh my god, there's that scene where he's like the cook. He's got the big Donald Pleasance as the cook, and he's got what's his name flipped upside down, and he's about to attack him with a damn huge cleaver. I love that movie.
So yeah, we're gonna look. We don't support it, but we're gonna review this, and we're gonna review it objectively as a movie, and
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
I mean,
we just wanted to, like I said,
do?
elephant in the room.
He's a sick fuck.
Yeah, we just want to like talk about how cool or not cool this film is, and like be like totally like blasé about like the weird shit that goes on behind the director's life.
That goes on in Hollywood.
Yeah,
I mean,
as we learn more and more, like Jesus, like
Yeah.
Bill Cosby. I mean, everybody's got some weird cat or skeleton in the closet. Sorry, cat in the bag.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, let's get on with it.
All right.
I'm actually looking forward to reviewing a couple of these.
When was the first time you saw this?
Dude, in theater. I
Me
saw
too.
it in theater, I think, 2001's when it came out. It was weird because this actually, a lot of people are confused because, like, they think it's based on a true story. Not the fucking flying demon thing, but
That is. Yeah.
but there was a
Rob Lowe.
unsolved mysteries. Rob Lowe origin. Yes, exactly. So there's an unsolved mysteries episode of people going down a desolate highway. They saw a guy throw a body in or something into a pipe, and then that guy pursued him and
it's dope.
eerily similar to the beginning of this movie. So a lot of people asked Victor Silver, like, are you like, copying this? And he was like, oh, no, it was just like a weird coincidence.
No, I'm copying it, you fucking moron.
Yeah, really? Fuck, shit. So they all float down there. But yeah, it's man, like,
You want to see how I got these wings? Sorry.
forget the CG in this movie, people.
Hiya, Derry.
Yeah, his name's Derry.
From Derry.
I'm Derry from Derry. Yeah, I mean, this movie starts you right off in it, man. It opens with these two kids traveling cross country from college to go see their parents. And
When was the first time you saw this, Ralph?
I actually didn't get to see this movie until 2004, 2005, I believe.
Gotcha.
Like, this is still within like my infancy of like starting to watch horror movies and whatnot. Like, I had just discovered like Jason in my sophomore year of high school. That was 2002, and this movie wasn't even on my radar.
Was it like a Blockbuster rental?
No. It was a friend of mine. His girlfriend ended up she doesn't really watch a whole lot of horror movies, and this one was oddly one of her favorites.
Awesome.
And the boyfriend just did not care to watch horror movies whatsoever. And she finally got fed up of like, hey, I want to watch this movie. Do you want to watch it with me? And her boyfriend kept telling her no. She's like, well, fine, fuck it. Ralph likes horror movies. I'm going to go watch it with him then.
Ralph cuckolding shit, bro.
I just snuck right on in there.
I got
But
this.
I got this.
the TV's actually in my bedroom.
I got
The
at the
remote's
time,
between my
ironically,
legs.
I had a 70-inch in my room.
You fucking guy.
I had one of those like big tube 70-inch TVs in my room, and yeah, we ended up watching the fucking movie, and I enjoyed it. Like, it was a really good fucking
70-inch
movie.
tube, ladies.
Oh my.
You're gonna love this.
So that was the first time I watched it. That had to been like 2005, like right after I graduated.
Fucking high five, Maui.
You're welcome. Yes. But yeah, that was the first time I actually got to see that movie, and that was actually the last time I watched it for a while.
Gotcha.
I've always seen it pop up at Blockbuster, so on and so forth. I was like, oh, that was a really good fucking movie. And I ended up literally, like I said, didn't watch it for a while. It wasn't until you guys said that we wanted to review this that I was going to go watch it again.
Gotcha.
But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I bet. What else happened? 70-inch tube.
A gentleman never.
I know this is considered. I know our podcast is considered explicit. I'm not going to go that explicit, so we'll just leave it at that.
This episode is brought to you unrated.
Way to go, Ralphie. Jeff, when did you see this?
I saw the trailer and then I just went opening day or whenever the hell, I saw it in theaters, kind of like you. It was just like, hey, this looked really good. I mean, the first thing, like you said, draws you is the way some of those opening shots are shot. I saw the grassland and the highway stuff, the off highway stuff, and I was like, wow, this looks neat.
This is supposed to be supposedly like the setting for this is supposed to be rural Florida.
Yeah,
that's where they shot it.
Like I always got like
I never got Florida from that.
I got like more of an Oklahoma vibe or some shit.
Oklahoma
Midwest.
or like fucking Illinois, kind of like out in like the farmlands and whatnot, looking for corn.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's fun. There's still no fucking corn. God damn it! I'm telling you. Look. For people that have listened to our past,
can of cream corn.
Look, for the people that have listened to our past 5 fucking episodes. Okay, remember Freddy vs. Jason?
Yes.
Freddy lives in Springwood, Illinois. There's a corn scene in Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
That's my point.
What does that guy say in the cornfield?
Well, hey, Jethro, this is a rave, not a Halloween party. Why don't you go find yourself a pig to fuck?
Crack!
Invite only corn poke, and you weren't invited. Son of a bitch.
God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, fuck it.
There's a lot of
Hey there, Jethro.
Oh man, that's hilarious. There's a lot of corn in Children of the Corn though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, could you imagine if it was wheat fields? Children of the Corn, they're all sitting in a fucking wheat field, like 4 foot high. That wouldn't be hot. That movie sucks, anyways. But whatever.
That would be a good TV show though.
It would. Yeah.
God, that'd be cool.
Like
Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was originally wasn't a short story to begin with.
I think so.
If I'm not mistaken, it was written as a short story, and they ended up like turning it into like a 6 fucking movie.
What are we reviewing?
Everything.
Thank God, not Children of the Corn.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's our next episode.
8 Obsession.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've never called in sick. I will be for those.
Oh shit. What are we doing? Nah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right, Ralph, you can do it by yourself.
Cool.
Hey, I do that. We had recent conversations where I'm like, sounds like a good idea. Y'all do it.
Have at it, fellas.
That was my first time watching it.
So
though.
it's funny, actually. This rural area was actually very populated. The producers and director had to go to each house and ask them to remove their mailbox while they shot. Yeah, they did a good job of not showing any houses in the shot, but that actually is factual that they had to request everybody rip up their mailboxes for.
I love that there's no fat on this film. It just goes to it.
Dude, this movie's pacing is great. I mean, there's only fucking like 8 deaths and only 6 of them are like really on screen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're a person that's like, oh, I need a murder to keep, most horror movies depend on the murder to keep the story moving along and keep the pacing. This is few and far between, and its pacing is fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
for a movie that's only like an hour and a half long, they don't put in a whole lot of. They don't give you a whole lot of fat to have to go through.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
I mean, within what, like
the story structure
6
is like,
minutes?
it's like that brotherly sister fucking exposition of just their travel. They're joking, the humor of the brother and sister, and then right from there, you're seeing like impending doom, just like creep up in the shot. And I love that the way it's filmed. It's like
that fucking horn.
Oh, dude,
that fucking truck. Jesus. Yeah. Like you hear it whistling as it's coming at you. It's like just the noise.
I was telling Ralph, like watching the beginning of this, I'm like, man, if there was ever more of a better time to have a Twisted Metal Sweet Tooth movie, that truck fucking reminds me.
I hope the Creeper becomes like the new Mortal Kombat. I hope he becomes like a character in that, because he's like the design on the motherfucker. Just like you said, like in the opening sequence, it's just truck. Mm-hmm. It's very reminiscent of The Duel by Steven Spielberg. It's very reminiscent of that, those opening things of just being terrorized on the road and you're alone. And I love that. And then when you get introduced to the figure by the church scene later, it's like, that's just perfect setup.
Dude, that scene sold me on this.
That's perfect setup, dude.
Like, and keep in mind, people, this is 8 minutes into the movie, maybe?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, so they're driving along, this truck rolls up on them, freaks them out, truck blasts off, and then the brother and sister are talking, and then a couple minutes go by, and they fucking drive by this church and see the truck, and all of a sudden this guy walks out with a white sheet
Just
wrapped
toss
up.
like garbage.
Yeah, toss it right down a well, and they're like, "Did you see that? It was a white sheet, a white sheet wrapped in
up-
rope,
white sheet wrapped in rope with red stains."
Yeah, it was fucking great.
Love it.
It's
I
just like
love
a
the
breakdown.
And then the,
The
creeper
dialogue.
sees them and
Yeah.
fucking hauls ass after him, and dude, just a fun chase. Like,
Yeah.
it's Justin Long. I think we forgot to mention he actually got this role due to his Galaxy Quest role.
Yeah, Victor liked the way that's one thing I think everybody can identify with Justin Long, is that he can play believable without having to be overly masculine.
Right.
And that's something that few leads are ever asked to do.
Yeah, and please shave that fucking mustache off. It's not working, bro.
Hey, man.
From Tusk.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
No. Cut it.
He had been
Trim it
growing
off.
the tusk mustache since Jeepers.
That thing is sporadic.
Oh, God damn it. That guy's so awesome. I mean,
Yeah, Gina Phillips, you know.
as Trish.
Yeah.
God.
But
Ironically, she's 30, you know, playing a college kid, and he's actually 22.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so.
And she's gorgeous. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, yeah, no,
She has, like, the best resting bitch face I've ever seen in my life. Like, she always looks angry.
Oh, dude. She reminds me of this one actress that comes out in Stephen King's Stand. The Stand. She was one of the love interests for the guy who creates the bomb and stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the actress's name, but Laura San Giacomo. Very, very similar looks. And whenever I see her, I always think it's like her. It's like Trish might be played by her daughter or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because they just looked a little similar.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
then
can see that.
with us mentioning the cast, for an hour and a half movie, there's not really a whole lot of characters you focus on. It's mainly them two and the creeper. And Jonathan Breck is that guy. He plays the creeper really fucking well. 6'1", just imposing as fuck looking, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's really all he's really known for is just the creeper. Like I don't think he's done anything else since then.
I think he has other roles, but nothing that's prominent as what he did on the Creeper. Yeah,
Probably like little side characters and whatnot, but
like direct to DVD, like villain. You know?
yeah, probably. But like this dude's 6'1", fucking he's as tall as me, and just him in that trench coat, the hat, you know.
That scarecrow hat. Fucking,
Yeah,
I love that.
fucking love that scarecrow hat, and just like I don't know, just the way that he portrayed the character without really saying a word.
Yeah.
You know, just like the way he moved the way he moves his body, the way that he kind of like tilts his head, looks at you, stuff like that. Like
Very Jason-esque.
yeah, very
Like he's given like all the foreboding qualities to almost be verbal, like Krueger.
without being verbal.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He just conveys like just animalistic menace the whole fucking time. And I love that they allude to so much so fast, because once they decide, with all that awesome dialogue that the brother and sister do, when they decide to go back to the pipe, and I mean, this is a movie that benefits from surround sound and just turning the volume up and the lights down, because when you hear the little whimper of help come from the you're like, oh, I got to rewind it. Was there a sound? It's like you hear it, and the way he's able to disguise things as far as the car noises, the horn, even just the silence of just the birds chirping in the trees and the crows constantly like being your Ripley's, alien monitor to kind of give you off like if the creeper's getting close or not. It's like the crows laugh.
Yeah, that was another thing they had to do is when they were filming, in that part of Florida, there was a lot of, bugs and shit.
Yeah.
So before filming each scene, they had to shoot off a gun to quiet it
quiet
down.
outside.
Quick, go!
That's awesome.
But he was saying it was so fucking loud that it would pick up easily.
I bet.
And so they were just like, oh, God. So they had to shoot off guns to figure it out.
Because the soundscape plays so well in this film. So when they do the whimper, you hear the help, and they're lowering Derry into that pipe. It's like everything from there just boom, everything just get kicked up to like 11. It's awesome. Because I love that shot when Derry sees the rat and the scream and the function, and then she lets him go, and he just slides down, and that slow motion fall.
Yeah.
Very, I don't know. It reminded me of The Exorcist when she grabs the psychiatrist by the balls, and you see that slow fall to the carpet.
Yeah, where it follows him.
Yeah, I love that. But this was like into the nth degree, because you're just seeing that slow mo to that fucking impact of him like falling from the pipe into that basement. Or I'm sorry, the house of pain.
The house, the house of pain.
Gotta get up, get down. gotta get up, get down.
All right,
Jump around.
I've seen this movie a bunch of times, but I still appreciate that moment when Derry's wandering around down there. He conveys so much fucking angst to his sister with his eyes when he's noticing the body and he sees how it's, been sewn up and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But when his eyes adjust to where he's at, and the camera literally does that with you,
Yeah.
and you see the room come to focus.
Your eyes start to take in what little light is in there, and you're starting to process all the images around them, and it's like, oh shit,
because you get the exposition of the table,
mm-hmm.
The workshop kind of. Then he ties his shoe,
and he has that flashlight behind, like under his arm, and it's like shining on the wall, and you don't really pick up on what the image is until the camera focuses. Like you're trying to focus in on it, so the camera's like, "Oh, hey, let me help you a little bit," And it's like, "What the fuck?"
And then it's just like we were talking about earlier. It's like It's like he has this spider web of a collection. He's just like this purveyor of like, anything that touches that road.
Yeah, fuck. He's the taxidermist from hell.
Yeah. I love how they petrify him too. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I love how he's when Justin Long describes it to the cops. He's like, "Oh, it was like grabbing petrified wood.
Yeah,
like, he preserved it." And like, there's always been this. I don't know if it's like a town legend or what of this couple that went missing on the highway back in the 70s, and they're always like, "Oh yeah, she lost her head." Well, he finds their bodies, and there it is, stitched together.
Back.
Yeah, it's fucking. Oh, it's creepy.
That's awesome, dude.
I love where he's talking to Trish, and he's like, "You know what he did for her? He stitched it back on." It's like, God. Oh fuck! Like, I can't imagine. Like, if I was Trish, if I was the girl, hearing all that, man, I would not be as calm as she is. Like, she's just like, "Okay, let's call the cops and let's get out of here." Like, she doesn't believe him.
Yeah. Like she's like the biggest naysayer. If it was like maybe that's something else I saw that was in the IMDb trivia shit. It was like they made the characters brother and sister to remove any kind of bullshit like sexual tension or it's like we're just gonna get straight to the film. Like let the film be all the tension you need.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that because you would have a sibling situations. You can imagine it, of like would you trust your brother's opinion or your sister's opinion on a situation, or would you just fucking doubt somewhere in there,
Dude, Justin Long's pretty fucking great in this film. How he portrays scared once he gets out of that hole.
And she's dealing with her own tension too, because she's up top with the truck coming back.
Yeah.
God, I love that.
She thinks it's the truck. Yeah.
The thing with Justin Long, something I've always noticed with his acting style. Anytime that he acts terrified, he sells it immediately.
Definitely,
it's something in his eyes.
Oh, like in
It's
Tusk.
just like, oh my God, like he can sell you fear.
Yeah.
His eyes. It's a spider. The spider bit you.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh man.
What? The doctor. He made his rounds. He can't be back. It's a spider.
Whenever we say Justin Long in the edit, just play the Tusk fucking like.
Hell, even when in Tusk, like he was the fucking walrus, you could see the fear and the sadness in his face, and all he had to do was open his eyes a little more.
Tusk. I don't know what it is.
I thought
but
Tusk
I
was great.
I'm kind of sad that Jay and Silent Bob reboot is going to be like Smith's next movie. 'Cause I was hoping more for this the horror stuff he's been doing.
I thought
he's doing Moose Jaws. Didn't he reshoot that?
No one ever gave him the green light to do it.
Oh.
Like he has a script ready to go. It's just
I'm
no one
surprised
wants
they
to
gave
do
him
it.
the green light for fucking yoga hosers. That was terrible.
I haven't gone back to that one.
Yeah, no.
I haven't had the need.
Only the one funny part, and that was it. In the convenience store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what the girl was talking to the guy about. Something about him needing to take a shit. Like, where's the Pepto-Bismol?
I love it.
Oh, what? Man, anywho. I'll find the clip and play it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch Tusk in that one again now.
Yeah, Tusk is really. I actually enjoy Tusk a lot.
Yeah,
No,
we watched Tusk at Hidden Lakes.
Yeah, we went and saw it in theater, fool.
Yeah, we saw it in theater, but we watched it in Hidden Lakes too.
We should do that.
Mm.
One episode, maybe like a 2-hour length, and we'll do Red State, Tusk, and
dude, Red State
I
is
would
fucking
love to
phenomenal.
watch Red State
do those
again.
3 together.
Yeah, Red State's fucking phenomenal.
Let's just stop Jeepers Creepers. Let's just stop it.
Okay, so now we're gonna review Red State.
That'd be awesome.
Fuck it. Yeah, I mean, Francis Ford Coppola backed this movie. That's a strange little fact I never knew.
That's
until
cool.
today.
Because, I mean, with Salva writing this, I mean, that's a lot of cool people. Because I know the budget wasn't much. I think it was like a $15 million or $10 million budget.
Yeah.
No, $10 million budget, and it made like $15 million opening weekend. which
Yeah.
is awesome.
Oh yeah, it made like 65 million. Or wait, I don't.
No,
I don't
it
have
had
numbers in
it
front
had a
of me.
budget of 10 million, and box office had made 59.2. So let's round
Yeah,
up and say 60 million.
That's
you
great.
know? Like it made its money's worth. You
Yeah.
know, so and for it to take them a while to get to number 2, you know, not bad.
Now, Jeff, that's box office total,
No,
not
it's cool.
Ogden, Utah.
No, I like talking domestic because that lets you know what
Fucking Ugalaga, Nebraska.
Well, it global numbers and how much it made in cryptocurrency too.
Well, like with
That is a thing now that we're gonna have to calculate.
yeah. Oh God.
How much
no,
did it
with
make
like
in Bitcoin?
with like horror movies like this, it's a lot more understandable to do domestic because that's who it's catering it to. It's catering to us here. America, fuck yeah!
God, I want to be a Canadian.
Wait, red, white, and always blue.
No. Red, white, and never blue.
Never blue, sorry.
Eh?
Never blue, eh?
Hey. Oh man.
Get Harley Mortstein to do that line. Jesus.
I really
what-
don't talk about hockey.
What?
You're gonna get in a lot of trouble. You say that up here, eh?
You like lavender?
I like soap.
We talking about the land of Garcia?
Oh man.
Fucking Casa de Dicko.
That's awesome. Fucking-
Dicko de Gallo.
My family crest is gonna be a mushroom stamp. Boom, bitch. God damn. Put that on your forehead.
Jesus Christ.
That's right.
I think that'll be our new artwork. Deep in the horror.
Falls in the well, eyes crossed, gets kicked by the mule, eyes go back.
I don't know.
Oh my God! Back to Jeepers Creepers.
All right.
We're gonna get sidetracked.
My hairline ain't gonna be right. Yeah.
Remember,
So-
she uses the microwave.
So they rush their asses off to the diner. What? Every time they crank up the microwave, I piss my pants and forget who I am for about a half hour. Snot! You roll over and let Uncle Jeff pet your belly. He's got a mucus gland problem.
Oh man, I love that.
Fucking Eddie. Quit laughing, dude. You can't.
God damn. We really go sidetracked.
We really do.
Oh man.
Why our listeners like us?
We think.
I don't know.
I don't know.
God bless you people.
There's about 1,000.
God damn it.
There's about 1,000 people that like us on Facebook. They gotta like us for something, I
Oh
guess.
shit, right. Thanks.
They're giveaways.
Yeah, home of the snark.
Home of the snark. Oh my God.
Hosted by Three Thumbs. Anywho, let's continue, please.
All right. So Trish is fucking terrified because she thinks the truck's coming back, and Justin Long comes out and scares the shit out of her because what he just seen, like Nate and Ralph were saying, and then from there they're back on the road. They're trying to get back to alert cops or find a phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, you actually have the almost true duel situation when the truck returns and powerhouses.
That was before.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is when they get to the diner.
Thank you. Which is weird because then you get introduced to the other side character that we would later know as Giselle.
Giselle, yeah, the psychic.
God, because that was cool. That was like a neat twist of having this person that actually foresees a lot of these events. So it kind of grows a mythos without growing a mythos for the creeper character.
I would like to know more about like in all three of these trilogies, you never really get a backstory as to why somebody will become a psychic, and you know the backstory of the creeper's never really been told, because in the second one the cheerleader becomes a psychic.
Yeah.
And so
yeah,
it's weird.
you're right, because I mean that's what's weird is that the timeline for this is amazing if you really look at it, because like part 1 plays an X amount of days of the hunt, part 2 plays an X amount of the days of the hunt, but then part 2 ends within, like, it's actually showing you 2024 when like the thing's about to come back.
Yeah.
And then when you get part 3, it begins with an origin story, or it leaves off of Jeepers Creepers 1.
I haven't seen part 3 in forever.
Oh,
so,
dude,
since it came out.
So there's a lot of cool things that this does, and it actually makes me anticipative for if they should do it, because what's developed is, we'll get into it in part 3. But
So is part 3 a prequel to all this, or
no,
is it
part 3 is almost like
the 23 years after?
No, directly after Jeepers Creepers 1, I believe.
No, because 2 is directly after part 1. 3 should be 23 years later or before the Justin Long whole thing.
Well, it starts off with the
idea.
truck they're moving on the truck in Jeepers Creepers 3 at the beginning. And I
Okay.
think that takes place.
Weird.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it.
yeah, because when you, yeah,
I-
and that's
I
what
don't
pisses me off.
remember.
I think there's a director's cut or an unrated version. It's either on Netflix or Jeepers Creepers 3. I'm not sure, but there's an unrated version.
Yeah, I mean, I watched when it first came out. You know, you had to like VOD it or whatever the fuck. I had to stream it, and the streaming service kept cutting like
Yeah,
every 10 fucking minutes. So it was like I got kind of like a scattered version.
I
of
watched
it.
like a TV cut because it premiered on like TNT or USA or something like that when it
Yeah.
first came out. I didn't get theatrical release for Jeepers Creepers 3. And I've always been meaning to queue it up on Netflix, but I just haven't got around to it.
Yeah. So
That's why I'm glad we're doing this series.
Yeah, I mean, they get to the diner, they yell for, "Hey, somebody, please help us! Call the cops!" And then Giselle calls on his
the phone,
phone.
yeah.
And they're like, "Have you seen its House of Pain yet? Have you blah blah blah?" And they're like, "What? Where's Derry?
All the
How do you know
exposition's
fucking
given.
Derry?" Yeah, I mean, like, then this big exposition filled thing about, you know, the song. If you hear that song, run, blah 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 blah. So then they finally get the cops there, and it's weird because in the diner, this lady's like, "Hey, someone's breaking into your car. They were holding that dirty laundry up to their face and taking
Getting a
big
good
smells."
whiff. Yeah. Jesus Christ, Ralph. Leave the Coke alone.
He's alive.
God, I just pulled a Scarface.
That was like part whistling booger, part werewolf. I don't know.
You want to say how I got this Coke?
Colombia. So yeah, the cops show up and they dust for prints, and they're like, "Let's go out to the old church."
Yep.
On the road, it's funny because, like, you know, whatever bass. What do they call that? Fucking hey, the operator.
Yeah. The
It's
radio.
like, "Hey, are you sure you don't have a couple of fucking pyromaniacs sitting there with you?" And,
What do you mean?
the church is burning. It's roaring up good.
It's on fire?
And those fingerprints we lifted, they are on fire? Those
They on fire?
Those fingerprints we lifted are dead skin.
Oh.
It's like, well, that's what fingerprints are.
Hold on. The sky's falling down. I gotta check this out. Whoosh! God, she just gets scooped out of the fucking window.
I love where it pulls him up and you see in the car the back window. And he's like,
Hey! God, I always thought it was Harry and the Hendersons. Like, God, Harry! Harry!
shit. But yeah, Justin Long, while they're in the car, you know, ahead of these cop cars, they're scrolling the radio station and he hears Jeep.
Oh my God, that horrible remix. It's
What
like
is
a
with
cover.
that? What is with that? That's like belongs from like Bruce Leroy's The Last Dragon.
I was waiting for like Beavis to come out and start talking shit about this song. Oh,
hell.
ooh.
Well, yeah, I mean, in spirit of Super Bowl, he throws the cop's head, perfect touchdown,
Boom. Off
right
the,
onto the hood.
dude. Home run.
I
Touchdown.
love this part. This is like one of the very first close reveals we get of the creeper, and you know, the car skids.
Dude,
and
when he gets
they
out with
skid.
no hat on,
Oh yeah.
and he picks up the decapitated head, and he had that beautiful shot of the billboard. It
What
says,
is he
tastes
doing?
good. It tastes so darn good.
The billboard.
And he's just like,
Go, 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 go.
God, he pulls the tongue out of the decapitated head. Reminded me of
By his teeth.
fucking Mindhunter's Kemper. Fucking. Yeah, if you haven't seen Mindhunter's Kemper,
Watch that
oh
shit.
my God,
That guy is perfect for that role.
dude, that guy's a monster.
I cannot wait for season 2.
I can't wait for season 2. Why are we whispering?
It's gonna have Ted Bundy.
God, it's gonna have Charles Manson.
Yes, Charles Manson.
The same actor that plays Charles Manson. Oh my God, have you? Yes.
Oh, it's gonna have the same actor.
The same actor that plays Charles Manson in the new Quentin Tarantino movie. It's gonna be the same actor that plays Charles Manson.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a Charles Manson movie where Matt Smith plays Charles Manson. If you don't know who Matt Smith is, watch season 12 of like Doctor Who.
Huh.
It's the guy that plays Raggedy Man, Doctor Who, I guess.
dude, the Helter Skelter Charles Manson, like the original Helter Skelter movie, that guy was perfect. Because that's what you deserve. That's what you deserve.
God, that guy was awesome. Did you ever see the one with Jeremy Davies? God damn, Jeremy
There's
Davies.
so many fucking
Yeah.
Manson movies. I mean, there's probably like 10.
But do you remember Suicide Kings?
I do.
Yeah, I think it's that guy that comes on that.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
You guys cut his fucking finger off. Who's this?
Jeremy Davies.
Oh,
he
shit.
plays Charles Manson. And
He's from Prometheus. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was the bad guy in Mission Impossible.
Yep.
Yeah, he's fucking great.
He came out in Twister too.
He was in Twister.
He was one of the who didn't come out in Twister. Bill Paxton, fucking what is it? Philip Seymour Hoffman comes out in that. That one guy.
The Suck Zone.
What's that one guy? Helen Hunt comes out of it.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
The Suck Zone, dude. Eh?
I loved you in Twister.
Oh my god.
We got cows.
What? No.
Is Mark Wahlberg in Twister too?
No.
Say hi to your mother for me.
What is this? What is it? I don't know. All right, get back to it.
All right, so we were talking about the decapitated head, and then we went off.
Yeah.
Sidetracked.
Decapitated heads
Yeah, they run.
taste so darn good.
They run. They go down the road. They stop at this, the only fucking house there.
The cat house?
The cat house.
That was awesome. In unison.
Stereo, amazing.
I got stupid in stereo.
Fuck you very, very much.
We've been hanging out a lot more than we should be.
Oh, sure.
So it's funny because this house was actually a cat lady's house that
Awesome.
they rented to do this part for. They didn't use her cats, obviously. They brought in trained cats, but yeah, I found it just looked like a fucking catty house. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
Okay, you're lonely.
God.
You have a million cats.
I love how they're talking, having so much talking as they walk up to the door, and then she's just sitting in that fucking chair. It's like, what do y'all want around here? I was like, oh shit. Like,
She's scary.
the crypt keeper just woke up.
She was scary.
Do you know who this is?
Eileen something. or
Eileen
other.
Brennan. She was the drill sergeant in fucking what was it? Private Benjamin.
With Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's the one that remember gets the shampoo. They do like almost the Police Academy Mahoney kind of scene.
Oh my god.
And then she's
I didn't recognize her.
She's also Miss Peacock in Clue.
Oh,
That's her.
that's really her.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh my god, like I know her because you see it in her eyes. I mean, she's
Holy
awesome.
shit.
Yeah, she's awesome. I mean, Private Benjamin Clue is what most people remember from.
I love Clue. I had no idea that was
Miss Peacock.
That's fucking great.
What do y'all want? Get away from my babies! I was like, oh shit.
But I didn't do it.
God, I love it.
Just don't bring those cops over here. Something about sectioning off and coding and.
How many cats do you have? A little more than a mini. A little more than a few.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, it's cool because they're kind of focusing on the scarecrow out in the out in the driveway when they're walking up, and then when they exchange words with her, they look over and the creeper's standing in the scarecrow spot.
Yeah.
That's not my scarecrow.
You guys got anybody else here with you?
God.
You've got 10 seconds to get off my property.
Dude.
I want to
Walks out with a
know.
fucking double barrel.
I want to know what fucking rounds she had in that fucking shotgun because that scarecrow exploded.
Yeah,
Skadoosh.
those are straight fucking
Dragon fire and
Yeah,
incendiary rounds.
Incendiary. Incendiary round in one tube, a fucking dragon breath in the other tube.
Shit.
Fuck, man.
That was beautiful. God,
Kadoosh! And he just like barrel rolls out of there.
that was awesome.
He lands in the house, and then fucking you hear her go in. She hits Justin Long in the nuts with the gun. And then she goes in. You hear a bam, bam,
Dude.
and then she's standing in the doorway. They're like, "Are you okay? Is anything okay?" And you see her feet hovering. Oh, that part's so cool. And
Carrying
then
like
you
a
get
ventriloquist.
the very first up close.
God, he has that grimace, like smile.
I remember in theaters when I saw him, I was like, "What in the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
like what is this thing? Is he a gargoyle?
I don't know.
I don't like. He has to be like
Something.
I mean, he's got wings and shit.
What throws me off is like, there's a deleted scene where he speaks.
What?
Right there. Where he,
What?
in the you can watch
didn't
it
know that.
on YouTube. There's the creeper speaks is like just search that out, and he moves her to the side. And if you watch in the movie, his lips still move.
Right.
They just removed it, but he says she doesn't smell too good, Derry. And he throws her. And I was like, this would make sense only if you take into account that he just ate the tongue.
Yeah.
So maybe he gained the power to speak. Because what he kind of does is he eats the parts he needs to kind of, like when he gets...
Fill himself.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's weird. Oh, they should have left that.
I know it was kind of creepy because it was like, oh, he like whispers it like,
And
she doesn't
that he
smell
knows
too
his
good.
name. That's
Derry. I was like, oh shit. It was weird, but it was also like,
she as a cat lady. Of course, she doesn't smell. Too
oh
well.
shit.
Yeah.
But when he tosses the body aside and they do the drive away thing, and then it's that goddamn gear shift thing that's just been like,
This plagues the whole movie.
Jesus.
It really fucking
like,
plays
man,
out.
she screwed the shit out of that goddamn
Yeah,
transmission.
it is a 60 Impala. And what's funny is that actual car just went on sale on eBay not
really?
too long ago. The same one.
Wow.
It's an automatic. They put that gear shift on the floor for the movie.
Yeah.
That 60
Kinda
Impala's
figured.
fucking nice, dude.
Yeah.
The thing is nice. But yeah, this gearbox thing, just the entire movie, she's fighting gears.
And
it's
she
like,
uses it to pull him in. I like that. That was neat.
Right.
'Cause she's like, I'll play with the gears. Yeah, he's not really suspecting me to run over his ass. And back over his ass. And run over his ass.
Enough! No, not enough. I would have fucking
Oh,
ran that dude over
and
till
she
he's
says it too.
tased.
She goes, They never are.
Yeah, boom, runs him over again. Then they finally get their ass to the police department. This
Finally.
is where Giselle meets up with them.
Yeah.
And
Very fucking. This chick reminded me of the fucking Neo's fucking the prophet Neo goes to
right,
see
the Oracle.
the Oracle.
Yeah.
Neo, I need. I knew you were going to say that.
I need you to listen to me. She's like, and I actually love this cop, the sheriff guy. He's like, like they're hauling in a car thief, and he's like, 78 Chevy Nova. For a car thief, you got shit taste. Like,
This guy was like, God, last fucking post was Haddonfield,
for real. So like Giselle comes in, he's like, Giselle, you leave those goddamn kids alone. You go home and you get some rest. She's in the RV that's more likely blocking the driveway. Like,
One way in, Giselle, one way out.
dude, yeah, it's like then she's telling him the backstory that she doesn't know why she sees it. She just knows that somebody's going to be screaming in the dark to the Jeepers Creepers song, and fucking she doesn't elaborate who. I think she knows who. She's just withholding it. She doesn't want
because
to.
she even does like later in that other scene where she like looks at the girl, and like if you're a first time viewer, you're thinking, hey, this is like Derry's gonna have to protect his sister.
Yeah, you would think it would be Trish.
Yeah.
But lo and behold,
yeah.
it's not.
And I love this because you've already gone through so much shit in this film. I didn't expect there to be a police station scene from Terminator in the fucking film.
No.
Because when they go into the convicts after the power goes out and he's checking on all the convicts, show me some skin. Oh, that's nice. That's
That
real-
flips the bird at him.
That's pretty. That's cute. Okay. They see these two inmates and they're like back to the wall and they're like fucking like freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
And Creeper's clothes are just on that are just on the floor. And he's just hunched over going to town eating this one motherfucker. And all you hear is that ringing of the bar because his foot keeps tapping the fucking bar.
What's his wing?
Oh, dude, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
I love where the creeper walks to the police station. He's all hobbled and shit.
Yeah.
like because his legs like mush.
but you see the tattoo on the guy's arm.
Mhm.
When they show him later, you see the other half of the tattoo on the creeper's
Whenever
arm.
he's on,
Yeah.
when he's looking at the two-way mirror, you see the rest of the tattoo on the creeper's hand.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
cool.
That he's like constantly fixing himself.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then it comes down to like, dude, this police station has the biggest night crew I've ever seen in my life. Like, there's like fucking 30 cops in that
It's
building.
like old fucking movies. They just keep going around the pillars. It's like they're-
And what's weird is, for a movie that only has 8 deaths, a lot of these cops
Make it
probably
alive.
end up. No, I mean they probably end up dying because you hear gunshots going. You hear,
but then they
the guy on the walkie stops talking.
But then they disappear and they come back in SWAT gear. Like
Yeah.
they're like, fuck this, let's go get our other stuff. Like, oh, big guns and helmets.
They do nothing. They break in the room, look at him, and he
Man, they hurt
walks
the
off.
glass more than anything.
I know.
Mhm.
What
God, I
the fuck?
love that two-way mirror scene.
Yeah,
was
that
pretty
two-way
dope.
mirror scene was fucking creepy.
I love where he grabs a hold of Trish and Derry and he's
Yeah.
smelling both of them, decide which one he wants.
Damn, Ralph.
And he grabs. Jesus Christ! Leave some for the rest
He
of
has
the
to pull the
crackheads.
pop filter away from his nose after doing
My nose is plugged. I feel unfortunate. Got any water? Got any water?
What's that macaroni?
It's Jack in the Box. All right. So, he grabs Derry and Trish is just pleading with him, like, no, take me. I'm stronger. Fucking blah, blah, blah. and in the end, he like his wings pop up and his
Dude.
the thing where his face peels back.
Like Predator.
He's all
Yeah.
like that part freaked me out in theaters. I was like, God damn it!
And that plays a huge part in part 2 that we'll get to because
It's a protective cover.
But he was able to exchange heads. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember he was able to like open it, take a head off, put a new head on, it goes back. I was like, what the fuck in part 2? I can't wait till we talk about part 2.
I can't wait to. I don't know if I want to watch part 3 again, but I have to.
Yeah, I know. Part 3, the vehicle. I don't know. There's so many things that were interesting, but they weren't. Also,
I want more of this guy. I just don't want it through the guy who made it. You know, and I don't want him to get a big payout for someone to buy this series. It's kind of
I just
unfortunate.
I don't mind it being like his mythology and stories. It's just I wish we got more of it. Like I wish this was almost like a supernatural TV series and stuff like that because it would be neat because the way he hunts and the way he kind of comes and goes within 20 something years and stuff. I think it's cool that they do put a magnifying glass over this one time he visits.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
because like with you playing around this timeline, it's like I said, like the next one would be like 2024. Like fuck, that's
yeah. Well, it took like what 14 years, so I mean,
yeah, we're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost. Jesus, but yeah, they are rumored to do a part 4.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's been
because like you said, the Cathedral should have been part 3.
Cathedral was part 3.
That's what they called it. I was just Jeepers Creepers 3, but yeah, I know they were always conveying all this stuff like, hey, it's going to get more mythos, more this, more that. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out a backstory on this creeper character because it's like I said, I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know if it's a guard. I don't.
Yeah.
What is it?
Like a parasite. It's like again, like it kind of stuff. It's like it feeds to kind of, then it kind of petrifies
Feeds
itself.
on fear, and then
Yeah.
heals itself.
We'll get more into
through
the other
eating.
stuff because there's so much more that kind of gets explained in part 2. And then again, we'll talk about all the stuff that gets fleshed out even more in part 3.
Yeah.
But this one, what do you think about the end scene?
I fucking what?
Like all right, we know the House of Pain's burned down, so then it takes us to that weird
yeah.
factory,
Yeah,
and it's just like there's just rust and metal everywhere, and it's just like dripping water.
he's sitting at
and
the
you hear
table.
the screams,
Yeah,
and then there's you see Derry's body being like hung, and his eyes are just totally like he's just been peeled.
yeah,
And then you see the creeper kind of pop up in there, and he has Derry's eyes.
yeah.
I was just like, boom, cut the
Fucking
credits.
Great. It was fucking great. Great ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how you just barely faintly hear Jeepers Creepers in the
Yeah.
background too. It was like, oh my
Because
God.
Trish tried her best to sacrifice herself for Derry, but like he didn't want that. He had already made a choice, and I'm gonna take this kid's eyes. Like that's just the piece I want from this thing. That's really all I'm doing. I'm playing with my food. It's pretty much kind of like what he's kind of doing. I don't know, and if you want to see it that way or not.
I love when he flew out of the police station
Oh, yeah.
and Trish just takes off down the road after him, and then you see him go behind it. He's flying behind a cloud, and then it's just the moon, and you don't see anything. And she's just like
Yeah.
dumbstruck, standing there in the street, like, what did
the
I?
fuck?
What
Yeah.
just happened? So yeah, it's
I mean, if it was just a part 1, totally fine with this being a standalone story.
right. Like this was a fucking fun movie.
Yeah. It's
And-
like Goatman's Road kind of folklore story told, but relevantly pretty well, like a Twilight Zone extended episode or a Tales from the Crypt story. I love the way it just played its little acts and then it ended the way it did.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Like I said, the pacing for this movie is so fantastic. Like it goes by so quick. And you're like, gee, like, every horror movie has boring fucking. Either the intro is super boring. You'll get like an intro like Friday the 13th and Halloween and whatnot, where it's a kill, and then you'll have like 30-40 minutes of exposition and character building, and then you'll have the climax and finale. This movie's all climax. It's so fucking strange. Like there's no real lull moments. So
It deals with moments how you always get frustrated. We're like, why don't they just go out that window? Or why don't they just do this? Or why don't they do that? Like, why don't they just use their cell phone? Oh, it's not charged. Oh, I have the fucking charging cable. I don't have a cigarette lighter that works. Like, what? Okay, so that's out of the bag.
my car,
Just
my
drive.
car.
God, I love that. And they have the right thing. They just drive to this, get to the phone. All right, what do we do now? And it's like everything there. It was purposeful the whole way through, and I think I appreciated that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's he never lets his victim go. Well, whatever he smells that he likes, he never lets him go. So it's pretty cool. Hey, Ralph, what do you think? Ralph O'Deed.
Trish,
Hand me my black medical book, my little black medical book. It's like a textbook they give to nurses.
My hands are equipped with defibrillators. Clear.
Sorry, I'm back.
Clear
Movie
it out,
was
bro.
great. The movie to me was really good. It came out, like you said, in 2001. I didn't watch till fucking high school. By that time, I think the second one had come out by then. The movie itself, to me, if I was to have just seen that one, it stood up really well.
like a standalone film.
For a very good standalone film. I'm glad they made a sequel to it, and we'll most likely review it in the next one. The movie was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the scares. The fact that it was very, like you said, there's not a whole lot of fat in this film. There's not really a whole lot that's like a lot of exposition. There's not a whole lot of explanation to it. And the movie didn't really need any. Granted, it did leave you with some questions like, what the fuck is the creeper, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm sure we end up getting into that a little later on. And for a movie that had like a $10 million budget, I feel as though it got its money's worth. Like it's definitely worth the $60 million that it ended up earning. The cast itself, the chemistry between primarily the brother and sister were really great. Justin Long is fucking amazing. He sells, like I said, he sells fear. Like he doesn't have to say a damn word. Like whenever he finds the body, you could just see the terror in his face, not even a whimper, you know?
Yeah.
And just, yeah, the movie all around, I like it a lot, you know? And I'm glad I'm glad I watched it back then. I'm glad I got to watch it again.
Awesome, dude.
Buy, recommend?
Go ahead and buy this one. This one's actually pretty good. Like I would drop the $10-15 on for like a Blu-ray for it, you know?
Gotcha. Yeah.
I definitely would. For sure.
Yeah, I got a double pack for like $10.
Yeah.
It was
Perfect.
Totally worth it.
That's why I got mine at Walmart. Yeah.
Double feature, creature feature.
Yeah. It's like $10. Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, for me, seeing this in the theaters, I enjoyed it thoroughly when I was younger. I watched this one. This one's in my rotation. Like I usually will watch it once a year at least. I don't know why I keep going back to it, but like I said, the pacing in this movie is just so good. There's very few movies where the pacing just keeps up and there's really no lull moments. I mean, if you want to think of like moments that could be like, oh, this is a little too long. The diner, them driving to the diner and the whole diner scene, like we're talking, that was like 5 minutes long. I mean, that's like the only action thing that happens in this whole movie, you know, creepy thing.
Yeah.
But then you get the phone call from Giselle and the whole, I mean, they play it well, and Justin Long is doing terrific acting in this. Gina Phillips is doing, like, everybody's on point. So yeah, I recommend this one highly. You know, that if you're a person that can't get over the stigma of it, you know, obviously don't bother, but for most horror fans, this is a good flick. So yeah, I'd definitely give it a buy.
I'm kind of in the same boat with y'all. This is one of those films that when you watch it, especially in theaters back in the day, it was like nice to see something that was 35 millimeter print and all that stuff like that, and it just had the right tone. I mean, it's a lot of the stuff that we would do nowadays, and we would congratulate for being retro, but back then, for what Victor Salva was going out and doing, he made this really rural folklore, anxiety, tension, but still was in a slasher realm where you're almost creating a character that would be in the same vein of Jason, Freddy, and Chucky, and Pinhead, and all that stuff like that. I think the Creeper sits right there with him in the same theater because he's created a monster that can be very reminiscent of things that you enjoy, like Pennywise and stuff like that, but have his own clique, you know, his own little story and idea and origin and stuff. The photography in this film, I know I looked at the cinematographer, he's not really notable, and even the score for what it does do, it's not a guy who's very notable. I mean, I think he's worked on Family Matters and Full House and stuff like that, so it's really offshoot that, you know, this production would carry so many well used tools, because I think this film is a great standalone film, but as it being sitting the way it is as a part one in this trilogy, if you're in for the guy in the rubber suit kind of movie, this is a good one to go to. I know a lot of the younger audiences get put off by it. It's not funny. It's not gory enough. It's not the right mix for some people. But I think I appreciate it. I appreciate it then. I appreciate it now. And I'm looking forward to going on and talking about 2 and 3 with everybody. So this is a definite buy for me.
There you have it. 3 buys from 3 thumbs. Stamp. So yeah, I don't know. Hit my fucking music.
Let me hear you say it, baby. Woo!
Great tits.
Good. Good.
That is fine hide leather.
Good.
You're rating right up there.
Good. Is this Aussie conditioner? Good. You're good. You have never felt softer pubes. Good.
Like a fucking Pepsi commercial. Great tits. All right, the psychic lady never confirms that she's an actual psychic, but with a name like Giselle, we can accurately guess on what her occupation used to be. Oddly enough, Derry and I have the same tramp stamp on our bellies. Who listens to Jeepers Creepers while screaming in the dark? Well, probably the same people that listen to the new Nickelback album. You know what really grinds my gears? He calls this his House of Pain. Oddly enough, Jeff and the motorhome people have the similar license plate, except Jeff is GAFEVR.
Thanks.
In total, we have 8 deaths in this movie, but a couple of them are off screen. So you get a guy named Roach that's missing his heart. You get the 2 cops that, one gets pulled out of the car. We don't know what happened to her. We get a football player head. The dude in the jail cell.
The cat lady.
Yeah, cat lady. I mean, I think that's it.
I think 7 deaths.
And then Derry.
Oh, yeah, 7.
So
8,
yeah, it's worth it. Check it out.
Some quick recommends I'd like to throw everybody. If you like Jeepers Creepers, or maybe you don't like Jeepers Creepers, on the director side, I definitely say try to, if you can find Clown House, give it a shot. I mean, if you can put things in the back of your mind, or if you can just sit down and watch a goddamn movie. Clown House is one of those movies I would say just watch it for the sake of watching a home invasion movie. The same way I would say if you like to watch home invasion movies, you definitely look out for a film called Kidnapped. It's gone not a lot of people talk about it, but when you see it, you appreciate it because it's fucking terrifying. Kidnapped and Clown House. All right, if you're looking for further along your Justin longing, I would go for Galaxy Quest, of course, and also Zack and Mary Do a Porno. He does this great cameo as a gay porn friend who stars opposite of the Superman Returns, Bryan Singer Superman Returns, something
Brandon
Roth.
Ruth.
Brandon Ruth. He's
Ralph, you would know that.
they talk about their gay film titles like "Shut Your Mouth Before I Put My Dick in the Mouth." No, "Shut Your Mouth Before I Put My Dick in It" or something. But it's Justin Long doing just gay comedic porn jokes that will just leave your side splitting. It's Justin Long doing what he does great. And of course, like we already recommended, Tusk is another great one to go check out. If you're in just for this kind of mood of what Jeepers Creepers does, I think Jeepers Creepers pairs very good with like a film I'm not a big fan of, but I think it goes well with it. It Follows.
It sounds like he's talking about a steak.
I
You
know.
really like the steak? Try this wine.
Try this
with
wine
it.
with it. I think when you think about the cinematography for It Follows, and the score and the setting and the way the tone fills with the friends and stuff, it would pair really well with if you would watch It Follows and then go with like a little Jeepers Creepers, I think that would be fun. I don't know. I was kind of like feeling the mood when I was kind of like watching Jeepers Creepers. We're like, hey, you know what? This actually makes me want to watch It Follows, a little bit more artsy fartsy, but it's like,
What?
yeah, it complements.
I want to
it.
change my recommend from buy to avoid.
But no,
Fuck you, Ralph.
Also, if you've never seen Steven Spielberg's The Duel, check it out. It plays very similar tones that make you kind of remember.
It's almost like Jaws with trucks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it would complement this well if you watch it. But those are just a few of my recommends. And if you haven't seen Velvet Buzzsaw yet on Netflix, search it out. Give it a shot. It's probably one of my top recommends for this month.
Very good. Very good. So join us fucking next time. Not next week, but next time. We'll be discussing Jeepers Creepers 2, going along with the mythology. School bus full of dickheads. Oh, God.
Not that bad.
Oh, you haven't seen it.
I have seen that one. I saw it was the same night, I believe.
You fucking lie. Oh,
I like Part 2.
I told you I was like, this. That
You
was the one with
were
the school bus.
fucking getting ridden.
God, when he throws that glaive like Kroll. Like
Holy
Beastmaster.
shit, that's a tooth. I love the bus driver.
Oh,
that.
man. That scarecrow scene in the opening. Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Tune in next time.
Well, hold on.
Oh,
Hit the brakes.
oh.
Hit the brakes.
Oh yeah.
We got an announcement to make. We gotta,
Go around me.
yeah, we are going around your fucking ending.
Okay.
We got an announcement to make. Texas Frightmare Weekend. If you guys have not seen it already, what the fuck are you guys doing? They did just announce, or at least at the time of this recording, announced a Mr. Sam Raimi is coming.
I just want to tell you, sir, I love Spider-Man 3.
Today was
Crickets?
Nate's last day.
Crickets? You just... Whatever. I liked it. I don't know what
His
the problem
spider
is.
sense was tingling, if you know what I mean.
Oh, indeed.
But Sam Raimi, at the time of this recording, has been announced. If you have not gotten your tickets, please, please, please do yourself a favor. Get yourself a ticket so you can go see this great man and all the other fucking amazing guests that are showing up. You have so many people that just got announced. I don't remember if we
Stan Shaw was another
Stan Shaw,
recent- Yeah.
yes.
From fucking
Monster Squad.
Monster Squad,
Monster Squad,
yeah. Can you do an impression of him?
God damn, I'm going to have to put like an audio warning. Jesus Christ on this episode.
Where they throw the dynamite and blow his ass up.
My ear.
Oh, my ear too.
Oh man.
I listen to this shit loud. Oh my God. Sorry about that,
That's right,
listeners.
directed left. Oh my God, my ear's popping.
Yeah, just because you turned your face left and screamed at top volume does not mean you could have looked forward.
It's
and done
borderline Stan Shaw and that goat from that YouTube.
Oh my God, I'm sorry about that, listeners.
that.
I needed to make an announcement. I blew out your eardrums.
You realize somebody just got in a wreck.
Jeff just said, I want to drive.
My guess? Inbreeding!
Oh, son of a bitch. But yeah, so again, Texas Frightmare made those great announcements here recently. Again, if you haven't gotten your tickets, get your tickets now. They're still on sale. You still have a little bit before the actual convention itself is Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Woo.
We will definitely be there.
Oh yeah.
Conversing with everybody and guests included. So definitely, again, I cannot implore you enough.
Yeah.
Grab your tickets. It is definitely worth it. It is fun every damn year that we've ever gone.
I can't wait to see the Mondo.
Get off the
releases.
fence. Go to. Yeah, it's like, get off the fence. Go.
Get off the fence, buy your ticket, and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
This
this
is-
got a great. This is going to be a great fucking.
Yeah,
year.
everybody at TFW, they have just, man, every time you think they can't get no better.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
I know when they dropped Sam Raimi, I was just like,
that's
motherfucker.
like-
now I have to
Well,
fucking search out.
Yeah, they just constantly outdo themselves. Like Tim Curry, oh, nothing's gonna be bad. Bruce Campbell, oh my God, nothing's gonna be that. Sam Raimi, Jesus, will you stop?
Stop! I'm going to get
James
broke.
Jude Courtney and Nick Castle.
I know,
It's
right? It's like
what
there's
the fuck?
endless.
Elvira, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Like,
Tax return has already disappeared,
Oh, yeah.
and I haven't even fucking gotten it due to this fucking shutdown.
Alms for the poor.
Excuse me, sir. Can I have some more?
This is a free podcast. Donate. Make a GoFund Us page or something.
Sorry, sir, that got declined. Oh, try this one. Here, just pick a card. Okay, just try them all.
Yeah, I mean, my first year, I was like, fuck, my bank account is zero.
Oh, yeah.
Credit.
I was like, fuck. What are you eating tonight? Crackers.
Crackers.
Pickles.
Crackers and pickles. Saltines.
Thank God I load up on my whiskey before I get there.
What's that about whiskey? What about
Ralph,
whiskey?
You're not getting any. You're gonna have to fucking get your own.
You become like that guy in the hot tub time machine. What do you got? Allergy medicine? Let's crush that up. Put it in some wet napkins. Stick it up our asses. It's Allegra D. You fucking sick fuck.
Jesus Christ!
I heard whiskey. I'm down. Let's go.
I don't want to watch Hot Tub Time Machine.
I can't wait. Man, I've been needing to get a good fucking buzz on. Yes.
Why do you look at me when you say that?
Yes.
Jesus.
What? I didn't look.
You looked at me. You freaking get a good buzz on.
Me and you, Jeff. This time it's you going to be drinking my whiskey.
You're going to be welcome tonight, buddy.
Ah.
A little bit of roofie colada.
God damn it. This is not where I wanted that announcement to go.
That's where it went, bro.
But anyway, like we were about to end this episode. Thank you for listening. Join us for next time for whenever we get into part 2 of Jeepers Creepers. In the meantime, this is Ralph.
This is Jeff.
Hi, I'm Nathan. Oh, goodbye. I'm Nathan.
Keep it scary.
Ends on a
He gets wings.
Tookie.
Thank you for listening to Deep in the Horror of Texas. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. If you like what you hear, please leave a review on the iTunes or Stitcher radio app. And above all, remember to keep it scary.
Bogeyman will think you are an elephant with wings. Hush, 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 here comes the bogeyman. Tell him you've got soldiers in your bed, for he will never guess that they are only made of lead. Say hush, hush, he'll think that you're asleep. If you make a lovely snore, away he'll softly creep. Sing this tune, you children one and all. Bogeyman will run away, he'll think it's Henry Hall.
All movie sound clips, sound effects, and music used in Deep in the Horror of Texas is owned by the copyright holders. Deep in the Horror of Texas makes no claim of ownership on the copyrighted audio and simply uses it for the sole purpose of entertainment, criticism, commentary, and education under fair use. Please support the official release of the audio used in today's episode where available to you, and remember to keep it scary.